That's Ethan.
The defendant? Okay.
Yes.
And can you see him at this point? Where are you?
I was at the top of the hallway. I didn't
Is
see
that
him.
you?
That is me.
Okay. But you hadn't seen him at this point?
No.
Okay. One moment
This is
here.
the teacher that I'm checking in with. Another teacher didn't have their door closed. I was checking in to close their door. And now I'm coming down to make the turn. This is when I said I smelled gunfire, cap gun. And you'll see me pause at some point here, because that's when I see Ethan right there.
Is that when you...
When I stepped aside, that's when I saw him.
Is that when you radioed, you have eyes on the shooter?
Yes.
Is that a yes? Okay.
Yes.
What are we looking at here?
That's the student.
Okay. And where is the defendant at this point?
Down the hallway ahead of us.
Okay. We're going to continue to play this. That's you moving the trash can to get to that student?
Yeah, and I nudged him with my foot to just tell him to stay there.
Are you talking to him at this point?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Is that the defendant?
That's Ethan, yes.
And he's got the gun in his hand?
Yes.
And that's when you say to him, what's going on?
Yes, and then I walk, and I'm talking on the walkie and saying he just walked past me. Walked for a little bit, and then I lost him. And then I was too far away from the student, and so then I went to the student.
Okay, so
And this is when
okay, Christy. You don't know where the shooter is at this point?
he's behind me.
Okay. And you don't know the state of this student on the ground?
No,
And you don't know who it is?
no.
Quickly, though, you realized who it is. Can you tell the court what happened? How did you try to help him? Could you see that he was wounded anywhere?
Yeah, I could feel the entrance wound in the back of his head. I could see that the bullet had exited through his eye. When I put my hand down on the ground, I put my hand in what would have been his eyeball. I immediately started to take his pulse and check his vitals as best as I could, and then
At some point, you were trying to get his backpack off, correct?
I was trying to get his backpack off, but he's a big dude, and I couldn't get it off of him. He's so heavy, and I was unable to move him.
He was athletic and...
Very strong. Yeah.
Okay. At some point, you did begin giving him life-saving breaths, correct?
I did.
Okay. Were you radioing to anybody trying to get help?
I was, and Kurt News came
Okay.
immediately, really shortly after me starting to get there, and he helped me get the backpack off.
Could you see anything else going on while you were doing this?
No.
Okay.
At that point, I was just focused on tape.
When you started giving him breaths, were you making any, did you feel like you were helping him?
I just kept talking to him,
And what were you saying?
that I love him, that I needed him to hang with me.
Chrissy, what color was he?
It was blue. But when I was giving him breaths, he was getting lighter, so I just thought they were helping. So I kept giving the breaths.
How long did you do that?
felt like forever until they took him away from me. And then when they took him away from me, I was telling him to keep giving him breaths. He needs air. I could taste his blood. There was so much blood. It was all over me. It took me a long time, months, probably almost a year, to get the taste of Tate's blood out of my mouth.
Christy, did you see the defendant after that?
He, at some point while I was giving breaths, the police had arrived, and he came out with his hands up, and he was on his knees with his hands up. And they were trying to figure out who he was. And he didn't answer them. I don't think he answered them when he said his name, or they asked for his name. And so I got up from Tate to run over and say, his name's Ethan. And then I ran back to Tate because I didn't want to leave Tate for too long.
Did Tate, do you think, recognize your voice? Do you have any?
I hope so. I don't know. He didn't give me any response. There was no response from him. I called for an AED. They brought me one. He had a pulse, so I just kept giving breaths.
And you could get his color to change with each breath?
To about a gray.
After he was taken away, or they took him to get help, correct?
They did. After Ethan was secured, they took Tate in.
How long were you at that school that day?
10:30 at night. I don't know. I couldn't leave.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you. Cross-examination.
I have no questions for this witness. Thank you.
Thank you. With that being said, ma'am, thank you for being here. You may be excused. You may also leave the courthouse.
Thank you.
Thank you. With that being said, it's almost noon. At this time, we're going to break for lunch. We will return at 12:40 p.m. I do need everyone to be seated so that the deputies can take the defendant out of the courtroom.
Your Honor, one final thing. The people rest.
Okay, people rest. Thank you. And so when we come back, defense, I will then hear your case in chief.
Thank you.
Thank you. And again, I do need...
Going to maybe briefly approach when the defendant...
Yes.
Jesus. Everyone is shook. Be sure to check out my other videos and playlists for more true crime content. And if that's not enough, you can join our Patreon. Don't have a tinfoil hat? It's okay. We'll make you one. It's that easy. See you guys in the next video.
See you later. Bye.